Okay, hi everyone. I would like to talk about OS command injection and path traversal unusual cases that usually are missed during assessments. So basically, a false negative is when we miss a finding although we test for it, and possible reasons for false negatives are like syntax, target OS, bad characters that are filtered, or the feedback channel we use, which is the way we recognize whether the vulnerability is there, like whether it's just server's response or time or DNS, whatever. And well, also input encoding, input sanitizing if it's poorly implemented, and others. So here are some examples. Like this is a vulnerable code, which the command injection code. So basically it's vulnerable, but it will only work if the payload ends with a alphanumeric character. Most of them will. Actually, if a digit was required, it would be more realistic case. But another one is when you have a false negative because no spaces are allowed, or basically no white characters. So here's a trick that will work on a NIC system to bypass this. Here we have another OS specific, the same code but on Windows. In this case, you can use an environmental variable and carve out the space character from program files if it has the default value. So totally OS specific thing. And regarding the feedback channel, if the application doesn't return any output or if it performs the command asynchronously, we will not see any output returned from the server. So we need to use alternative feedback channels like type or network or file creation if you have access to the file system. So in terms of input sanitizing, well, in this case we have almost all the comment separators filtered out except for the new line. So, well, spaces are not allowed either. So, in terms of path traversal, it's pretty similar. Like the factors can be also target OS, bad characters, input sanitizing, input encoding. So here are some OS specific examples, and here's a non-recursive filter and the way to bypass it. Here's another one. This case is only vulnerable if we doubly encode the input. And well, our goal is to generate a comprehensive payload set that will defeat all poorly implemented filters imaginable and reach the cases that are less obvious, harder to find. And well, these two projects are my solutions to this. So I encourage you to checking out the documentation, which contains very in-depth methodology and the research behind it regarding the entire payload generation, because it combines all the techniques and much more. So they're both available in Burp App Store, and payloads can be exported, so you can also use them for other technologies with other assessments than just web application testing. So. And if you come across cases like vulnerabilities that are being missed by this payload set, just please give me a shout and I'll just improve the tool. So you can follow me on Twitter. And thanks, that's it.